the 3 most disturbing movies I've ever seen. By M4 Dal. I hope I said that right.
I was watching the movie and just sat there wondering like, and that's what I did. So today I watched 3 of the weirdest movies I ever seen. Not gonna lie, let's not waste no time. Let's just.
I don't remember the last movie that really just like, obviously I'm gonna say Obsession because that's the last recent movie that just came out. But low key, that Smile 2. If you know, you know. But that whole fucking movie, I was just like so uncomfortable. And then when the end of it came, like, I ain't gonna spoil it if y'all never seen it. Go watch it. Shit been out since 2024. But that whole end of the movie, bro, that shit just had me just so uncomfortable. And then when it was over, I was just stuck. Like, I couldn't move.
Let's get it started.
Vivarium.
So boom, we start with a girl named Gemma. Just an elementary teacher teaching her kids. And we got Tom. He's with Gemma. We all know how I get. It's time to move.
I seen this shit, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but the concept of this movie, 100% disturbing. 100%. Like when I say, like, you know, that uncanny feeling you get, like that uncanny valley shit. If you wanna feel like that for, I wanna say 75% of the movie, this is the movie you wanna watch. 100%.
Trying to get a new house, and they meet this dude named Martin. Martin, he's a little bit strange. He's weird. And I can't lie, Martin might have one of the smoothest accents I ever heard. Check it out.
Emma and Tom. Lovely to meet you.
Try. There's Martin. I'm with Tom with this one. He's kind of suspicious of Martin right now. He's saying, yeah, we can get a tour of the house tomorrow. And Gemma was like, yeah, let's do it today. I'm not gonna lie, that decision will end up changing her life. So Gemma and Tom, they follow Martin to this neighborhood where the house is going to be, called Yonder. Actually, it's better when Martin says it.
Yonder.
And Martin has the audacity to come out the car looking like these. Come on, bro. This is not how you introduce yourself to people, man. This is kind of weird. You lucky Tom wasn't black, because he would have destroyed you. So we walk into the house. It's a chill crib. You know, got the paintings of the house, which is weird. Got the bed with clothes, but then they all go look at the backyard, and Martin just leaves. Like, yes, he disappeared and left. So what every smart person does, they leave too. I can give them props for that. But they look at their phone and they have no signal all of a sudden, which is crazy. But then they're driving straight, but they keep going straight. Tom tripping. He like, hey man, give me the wheel. Let me drive, bro. You suck. Then Tom gets the wheel. And look at these houses too. You should already known when you came into the neighborhood. This is weird. And they drive around for the whole night until they just go back to the house, and they have no other choice but to stay there. So they sleep there, which is actually crazy. I would even sleep there. I'll probably sleep in the car. But in the morning, Tom and Gemma have the bright idea to get the ladder and go up top of the house. And Tom goes up there, but he sees a million houses. And this dude, Tom, is...
And look, and this is where like the uncomfortableness like really starts to fucking kick in, because if you're like me, similarity in a place is one of the things that kind of scare. Like I don't like things that all look the same. I don't like neighborhoods that look the same. I don't like complexes that look the same. I don't like towns that look the same. Shit need to be different, my nigga. Like I need to see some individuality in a town or a neighborhood or any place for me to feel comfortable there. If I'm going somewhere and everything just seems uniform, everything seems just replicated and fit to like a system, that shit that shit freaks me out. It's weird, because why, like literally in this movie he goes to the top and every fucking house is the same, and it's like my skin is crawling just thinking about this shit.
Pure shock. So Tom has the bright method to just follow the sun, which is actually a good method. This is why I respect Tom. Hopping gates, hopping fences, by the way, in one run. But they find a house with light, and it turns out it's just the house they were at in the morning. So this is how they know they're in a loop. Martin did something to them. So they go back in the house and they see something at the front door, and it's just a box filled with everything they need to survive, including milk, Q-tips, and I don't know what that is. I think that's lamb chops. So Tom has the bright idea to just light the house on fire, and this is why I respect Tom. So Gemma and Tom fall asleep outside watching the house burn, and they wake up to another box, but besides food, besides water, it's an actual baby. Then they look to their left, and the house is there again. So they know they're not tripping. It's actually something happening. So they wake up in the morning, and the kid is about 6-7 years old. And I'm not gonna lie, this does not sound like a kid. Hear his voice.
There must be some way out of here. Everywhere has a way out.
Shut your bitch ass up, I'll beat your ass.
And then the kid just starts mimicking them, like real good. Like he's been practicing this for 8 years, and he's only 7. And then the kid goes around barking like a dog. If it was me or Tom, this kid would already be destroyed. But we cut back to Tom just smoking a cigarette, sitting down, being normal, while the kid just watches. And bro had the audacity to just throw the cigarette off the kid, and it hits the grass, and all the grass gas just goes away. So this is where Tom starts thinking, what if I just dig all this up? Which he did. But one night, Gemma and Tom, they just dance to some music while the kid comes up and starts dancing too and pushes Tom, and Tom does the right thing. He hits the kid with a running power slam like Braun Strowman did to Roman Reigns. And we can obviously see that Tom doesn't like that Gemma is nice to the kid. And you know what happens? He traps the kid in the car and goes back in the house and tells Gemma to stay. Don't touch the kid. And you know what Gemma does? Gets the kid out the car and goes in the house. And when Tom comes back in the house and sees them two, I can't even blame him. Look at the look on his face. He is disgusted. But we all obviously know that
that's because she fucking chose the enemy. I don't know about, I don't know, because this movie is a little, like, it's a little slow. Like, nothing really exciting happens. Like, nothing, like, it's not the craziest movies. Like you said, it's disturbing. The concept of it is disturbing. You're going somewhere to tour a place, and then you just end up in a fucking a trance. You end up in a place that you just can't escape, and then they push a baby on you. Like, literally, like, that's just like, this shit sounds like modern day. You fuck around with a girl, and then all of a sudden you do one wrong thing without protection, and guess what? 18 years of your life, you're stuck. So that's generally what this feels like, but like, let's times 100 more dramatic. But it's just like, one person falls in love with something that's not even belonging to them, and it's kind of like she's starting to accept that this is their reality. You're raising a being that did not come from you, and the nigga is just his whole mind is just like, we need to get out of here. We cannot stay here. We cannot develop an attachment to a person that, like, a random fucking baby that just grew up to be, like he said, 6 or 7 years old over one night. This shit is weird.
this is not a real child. So Gemma asks the kid, what do you do all day? And straight up, the kid just shows him who he's seen, and he turns into a demon. His neck starts popping out, and this would be the ultimate opportunity to just slice the neck off that kid. And fast forward a few days, this dude is a grown man, so there's no point in killing him now. He can fight back. This is a failed opportunity from Gemma. We already seen Tom try to do it. Gemma, you sold. And we're at the point that Tom, he's getting sick. His body can't move. He can't even shower by himself. So while the grown-up kid, he's not even a kid. Now I can't even call him a kid, but I will. But while the kid, he goes to work or something, Gemma tries to follow him, and he disappears. Yes, like he's straight up gone. And while Tom is digging, he finds a body. Yes, a body all the way under there. And when Gemma and Tom get back together, they try to open the door and it's locked. So bro really is watching TV and locked him out the house. Should've just killed him while he was a kid. But then after being locked out that long, Tom sadly dies. Rest in peace, Tom, who's the only real character in this movie. And the kid has the audacity to just bring out a body bag and put Tom in it. And you won't believe where he put him. Down the hole. So Tom basically dug his own grave, which is insane. So in the next morning, while Gemma sleeps in the car, the kid is walking to work. Her brain starts working. She gets the pickaxe and hits dude straight in the noggin. And she goes for the second hand. Bro moves out the way. And then he goes under the sidewalk. And she looks inside. It's like a cat in a hat house. And she decides to go in there. And she starts falling through holes and seeing other people in the same house going through it like she was. And she eventually comes back inside the same universe, coming outside the house and just falling to her knees, knowing it's her time. She's next. She's about to be with Tom. And guess where the kid puts her? Down the same hole with Tom. And not gonna lie, the kid did what he needed to do. He eliminated the parents. So now he gets some gas from I don't know where and hops into their car. And then we see Martin again. Yeah, welcome back, Martin. And not gonna lie, everybody's dying now. So Martin died. He puts him in a body bag. And now the dots start connecting in my head. Probably your head too. That the kid, he is Martin. And then we see the next couple coming in looking for the house. It's over for them. So we starting this.
And the part that I hate the most about that movie is it serves no fucking point. Like the movie is disturbing and it's a good watch, but for the time that you watch it, like most movies, either you get to the end and you realize, all right, I watched this for a reason. I watched this to see a bad guy come to his demise. I watched this to see a person realize something about themselves. I watch it to see a good ending or a bad ending, an ending in general. No, this movie is just a fucking loop. Literally. It just goes to show you that they're in a universe where they're fucking bringing people in who are desperate for housing, giving them a tour to this ever-ending loop of a place and leaving them there and then growing another being, and the being takes the place of this other. Like, this shit is fucking stupid. That's the part that's most disturbing about it. They made a fucking movie with no point. Literally.
Probably somewhere in the A, not Atlanta, Arlington. And of course it's Arlington, so things don't go right. And at 2:17 in the morning, 17 kids start leaving their crib and start running. It's like that one loving dog with food, water, everything he dreamed for. And right when that door opens, he's gone. But there's this one kid named Alex. He didn't go nowhere. He decided he loved his life. He's gonna stay inside. Then we have the teacher named Justine, who all the parents hate for some reason. Like, she took the kids. Why would she want all the kids? And she tries to explain herself at the school and nobody listens. They actually try to follow her, which somebody did. She got a no-caller ID and everything. This is crazy. She's even at home and somebody rings the doorbell. She looks outside and it's no one.
I'm not gonna. One of the goodest parts, because like this movie was disturbing too. I don't think it was. I don't think this movie is super duper disturbing, but when they get to the end, it's just like the shit is just borderline creepy, and how they play with the witchcraft and all that shit. That shit is, yeah. I'll give it that. It's disturbing. It is. But the one thing that I love about this movie, what they did is they told the story, like the story of the movie in, I believe it was like 3 different perspectives. So you get the perspective of the teacher first, then you get it from, I want to say, one of the parents, and then you also get it from literally the child. And once you get to the part from the child, it's just like, all this shit is weird. Like, I would not want to live in this universe where a whole bunch of kids just fucking running out the house when you see it on your camera, and they just sprinting and shit. Nah, I'm cool.
So she looks at her car and somebody put witch on it. It would have been over for the whole world if somebody did that to me. And she's with this cop named Paul. He's actually a loser, but he's still trying to figure out how all the kids went missing too, because that's his job. But Justine has the bright idea to just follow Alex home and see what's happening. Yeah, but that's completely normal, right? You just follow a little kid home. We all do that. But she knocks on the door and nobody answers. And she looks on the windows and it's all newspapers, like it's abandoned. But dude just walked in there. So she also has a bright idea, which nobody should do this, to go into his backyard and look through one of the holes of the newspapers to see if he's in there. And when she looks in there, she sees 2 people just sitting on the couch doing nothing, staring at nothing, like they're dead, but they're not. But she went to the store to get some drinks again, and some girl just runs up on her, and like she automatically a school threat for how she approached her. And it turns out this is Paul's wife. Yes, come on now, Paul. But back at home, it's nighttime, so she goes to sleep. And with everything she's been going through, she's gonna have a bad dream, and that's what happens. And she spawns in her classroom with all the kids ready to play 7-Up, including Alex. And Alex picks up his head, and he starts smiling, looking like the Joker, but a more goofier one. And she wakes up to another old grandma looking at her like the Joker too. But in the morning, she decides to wake up and do one of her worst decisions again, to follow the kid home.
I'm not gonna lie, that scene just made me relive some traumatic shit, bro. Like this movie, when I say the first time I seen it, this shit was an experience, gang. Like, y'all niggas gotta lock in with y'all horror movies, because these movies generally, like, they put you in a place of just like fear and trauma and disturb and distress, and it just leaves you there. Like, y'all niggas need to lock in.
Home again. Justine decides to stay in front of his house for the whole day, and not just the whole day, the whole night too. So she falls asleep in her car, and you can see the door just open, not by a human, by a demon. And the lady with a knife just walks towards the car, walking funky, and she gets in the car with her and cuts a piece of her hair off. Yes, that's obviously normal. Things like that happen to us all the time. Then we get introduced to Archer, aka Thanos. And Archer, he lost his kid. His kid was one of the kids that was living a good life and decided to just leave the house in the morning. And he's actually one of the smart parents trying to figure out where his kid went, watching the security tapes, asking the police. He's doing everything he can. W Dad Award. But it turns out he was the one that put witch on her car and was watching her the whole time. So sadly, I'm about to take that award away and turn you into a school threat. And Archer's also having bad dreams too. It made me spill all my orange juice watching this. But in the morning, he started putting clues together, realizing where his kid went. But at the gas station, he finds Justine. And this was 2 Karens about to have a crazy battle. Until the principal of the school, Derek Henry's Justine. His name is Marcus Smart. That's what we're gonna call him. He even going under the cars to try to get Justine. This dude is crazy. But we go back to Paul. Yes, the loser. And while he's doing his police duties, he finds some dude named James, the GOAT. And Paul immediately gets James. Probably top 5 worst criminals ever. And Paul asks James, do you have anything sharp on you before I search you? James says no. This dude lied straight to his face. I can't blame him. I'd do the same thing if I was in his shoes. And bro realized his dash cam was on. Rookie mistake. You can't be doing that when you're trying to knock somebody smooth out. And he tells James, hey man, I'll let you free, but you can't tell nobody about this. The next day at the police department, he comes outside and he sees James walking towards there. And the first thing he does, he get in that cop car and goes right for him. But now we finna learn about James and why he was going over there. So we open with James trying to rob everybody and going through everybody's cars, seeing if it's left unlocked. But after that incident with Paul, he finds Alex's house trying to rob them. But he goes in the back and sneaks in through the window, realizing nobody's there. So he started taking pillows and sheets and everything until he see 2 parents just sitting there. That's what Justine seen, but they aren't doing nothing. So James doesn't really care and gets back to robbing, stealing forks and spoons. And then he goes in the basement and you won't believe who's in there. All 17 of those kids that ran away in the morning. And James does the smart thing. He scrambles out of there immediately. And James sees a sign where it says $50,000 reward if you find all the kids. He basically found them, so this is why he went back to the police station. And Paul chases James in the woods. And James sees that same old lady that jump scared Justine, me, you, and Archer. And he hides in a tent and he thinks the grandma is going after him, but it's really Paul, and he stabs dude right in the cheek, not that cheek. And James tells Paul everything he needs to know before he blows his head smooth off. And you know what? Paul and James, they go straight to the house. Paul makes the wrong decision stepping into the house, leaving James in the car all night. So we all know what happened to Paul. He's now a demon. He got possessed. But now we need to know what happened to the principal and why he attacked Justine. So he's in his office and somebody has a meeting for him. It's the strange grandma that was in the woods
that jump scared everybody, including me, you, Archer, and Justine.
And it turns out she's the one that's been taking care of Alex. And at home, the principal gets a door knock, and it is the grandma. And she does a spell on Marcus, ringing this bell, and Marcus eliminates his boyfriend.
Like this movie, they did a fucking fantastic job of just simply playing with the perspectives and tying the story. Because like in the beginning, it is a little, it's not slow, but it's like all right, we're seeing it, we're telling the story, the kids are missing. Like it's one of the things that like the main point of the main plot of the movie already happened. So they just take their time and fucking telling you why it happened or showing you why it happened. So once we get to this part, you start seeing her and how weird she is and how just uncanny she is. She's just like a freaky person.
Happy Pride Month. And then the grandma, she gets Justine's old hair. Remember that demon that walked out the house and stole her hair? Yes. Gets that, snaps it, and Marcus is after her now. And Justine gets away as Marcus is chasing her. And while Marcus is chasing her, he gets ran over. But Justine and Archie meet at the hospital, and they have a plan to go get Alex and try to find his son too. So now we finally get to see what happened to the kids. As it turns out, the grandma's name is Aunt Gladys. And this might be the most goofiest ending ever. The kids chase Aunt Gladys. But come on, bro. I'm turning this off.
I'm not gonna lie, that ending, the ending wasn't goofy, but it was just like one of the funniest things because she's literally running for her life. And the part that make it so unrealistic, I don't believe a witch that's fucking bitch was pushing 60s, 70s. She's not outrunning these, you know what I'm saying, these 6'7" demons. She's not doing that. She's not doing that. But she put up a good fight until they got to her and ripped her fucking shit to shreds, I tell you.
Nah, I can't lie. When this movie was announced, I thought it was going to be a banger. I thought it was going to be top 5. But when I watched it and wasted an hour and 45 minutes of my life, take this off of Netflix now. So we start off with this football player named Cameron Cade. Yeah, he's going to be the #1 overall draft pick. You know, he's one of those. And he doesn't even really like football for real. His family believes he's destined to be the best. Every college is watching him and expects for him to be the next Patrick Mahomes. But one night, he's out there practicing on the football field, you know, trying to get better. And somebody just smacks him in the head randomly for no reason. And he suffered a very gruesome injury. And now all the scouts stop calling. The colleges, they stop looking at him, and he loses all his confidence like Ben Simmons. Until an old NFL player, a legend, the GOAT, Isaiah White. He's not just the GOAT in this world. The fans, they treat him like a god. They treat him like LeBron James. Everybody praises him. Every football player, every athlete, they dream of becoming Isaiah White. Facts. And Isaiah White, he likes Cameron Cade. He wants to take him under his wing. And Isaiah White personally invites Cameron Cade to train with him in his private compound. His crib is in the area where Yeet did.
Yeah, he did. He only briefly touched on it, but this whole movie is just like, this whole movie was, like you said, an hour and 45 minutes of just pointless shit. Like, when I say from the beginning, obviously, the movie touches the premises of idolatry and looking up to people, and from the outside looking in, those people are great, but on the inside looking out, you don't recognize what people are sacrificing to achieve the things that they do. You don't recognize what people are putting themselves through, putting other people through, doing to themselves, doing to others to really achieve that GOAT status. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the movie was about. But I just think the movie didn't really do a good job at really showing that, or at least the route that they took. If anything, this should have been just one of those movies that take all the goofy horror, like he's gonna touch on the ending, so I ain't even gonna talk, but just take that whole ending out and give us something different. And maybe this movie would have been, instead of it being like a 4 or 5 out of 10, it could have been like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
This music video. But Cameron, he accepts that immediately. He believes this is their chance to save his career. It's like being drafted by the Brooklyn Nets and then traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. You won. But when we get to Isaiah's house, it's not even a home. It's like a private training facility hidden away from the world. The people that work there, they don't even talk. Cameron, he uses his brain. He started noticing strange rituals that don't even seem related to football. People start talking about sacrificing yourself and keep repeating things about greatness. And it's greater than human. But Isaiah White and Cameron Cade, they start working out. And the workouts, they become brutal. But we start figuring out the truth about Isaiah White. Basically,
he's a demon.
He sacrificed himself, and he's trying to sacrifice Cameron next. And Cameron starts realizing that he's not himself no more. He can't even think. But at the end, he kills everybody. That's why I said this movie is trash. I seen the vision, but I don't think the vision seen me.
Swear to God. Swear to, like, when you get to the end, all of a sudden, this football player from this small place that was destined to be the greatest, turns into this sacrificial killing machine because he didn't want to sign the final contract to become the next Isaiah White, to become the GOAT. That whole movie's premise was just like, I get what you tried to do, but you fucking failed miserably. What do I know? I'm no Jordan Peele, but like, it happened.
But yeah, out of all 3 of the movies, which one was your favorite? I can tell you mine. It was none. But make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next year.
That weapons was decent, but it's your boy RushMoreRick. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. If you made it to the end, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we're out there. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.